Let's talk about our families. We're going to learn how to ask and answer questions about family. Who is in your family? Look at this family. We have Sam and Mary, who are the parents, and they have 3 children. Let's read about this family. Sam and Mary are married. They are spouses. Sam is Mary's spouse, and Mary is Sam's spouse. Sam is the husband, and Mary is the wife. Mary and Sam have 3 children, Elizabeth, Nick, and Tom. Mary is the children's mother. Sam is the children's father. Elizabeth is the daughter, and Nick and Tom are the sons. Look at Elizabeth and Nick and Tom. So Elizabeth is the sister, and Nick and Tom are her brothers. Look at the ages of Elizabeth and Nick and Tom. Elizabeth is 10 years old. How old is Nick? He is 15 years old, right? And how old is Tom? Tom is 18 years old. So we have some younger children and some older children. Let's talk about that. Elizabeth is the sister of Nick and Tom. Nick and Tom are Elizabeth's brothers. All 3 of them are siblings. Siblings is the word that you use to describe brothers and sisters. So I can say that I have 2 brothers and 3 sisters. They are all my siblings. So if someone asks you how many brothers do you have, or how many sisters do you have, you will respond with only your brothers or only your sisters. But if they ask you, how many siblings do you have, that means brothers and sisters. Since Elizabeth is only 10 years old, she is the younger sister of Nick and Tom. She is the younger sister of Nick and Tom. Tom and Nick are her older brothers. So Elizabeth is younger because she's 10 years old. Tom is 5 years older than she is. And, Tom is 8 years older than she is. Nick is 5 years older than she is. So both Tom and Nick are her older brothers. Elizabeth is the baby of the family. She is the youngest of the 3. She is the youngest. No one else is younger than she is. She's the youngest. She's only 10. Tom is 18 years old. He is the oldest. No one else is older than he among the siblings, so he is the oldest. Nick is the middle child. He is younger than Tom and older than Elizabeth. So of the 3 siblings, we have Elizabeth being the youngest of the 3 and Tom being the oldest of the 3. Nick is younger than Tom. Elizabeth is younger than Nick. Tom is older than Nick. Okay, let's try some practice questions. How many children do Sam and Mary have? Do you remember? How many children do Sam and Mary have? We should say Sam and Mary have 3 children. Of these children, how many are daughters? 1 is a daughter. So Sam and Mary have 1 daughter. How many are sons? 2 are sons. Sam and Mary have 2 sons. How many siblings does Elizabeth have? Elizabeth has 2 siblings, 2 brothers. How many siblings does Nick have? Nick has 2 siblings, a brother and a sister. Actually, a younger sister and an older brother. How many younger brothers does Elizabeth have? How many younger brothers does Elizabeth have? Well, Elizabeth is the youngest. So Elizabeth does not have any younger brothers. She has no younger brothers. So you would say Elizabeth has no younger brothers, or she has none. Who is Sam's spouse? Sam's spouse is Mary. The word spouse means a husband or a wife. It can be used for both. So Sam and Mary are spouses. Sam is Mary's spouse. Mary is Sam's spouse. Or you could say specifically, more specifically, Sam is Mary's husband. Mary is Sam's wife. Many times on a form, like an application, sometimes it'll ask you, or on taxes, for example, it'll say for spouse's name. So if a wife is filling out the form and is asked for a spouse's name, she would put her husband's name. If a husband is filling out the form and is asked for the spouse's name, he would put his wife's name. Okay, and then there are some questions about you. See if you can answer them yourself. I'm just going to read the questions for you and you answer. Are you married? Now you could answer yes, I am married. No, I am not married. If you're not married, many times people say, no, I am single. Single is not married. Maybe you're divorced. You would say, no, I'm not married. I'm divorced. Do you have children? How many? How many sons and how many daughters? So do you have children? Yes, I do. How many? You would say how many? How many sons and how many daughters? How many siblings do you have? So remember that the word siblings means brothers and sisters. How many siblings do you have? So you could say, I have 5 siblings, and then specify who those siblings are. And you could say, I have 5 siblings, 3 brothers and 2 sisters. Are you younger or older than your siblings? Are you younger or older than your siblings? I am older than my sibling, or I am younger than my sibling is what you would answer. Or if you are the baby of the family, you would say, I am the youngest. Or if you are the oldest of your family, you would say that. You would say, I am the oldest. Okay, good job talking about your family.